Hi guys, my name is Kathy and this is Attic Treasures Etc. Thank you for stopping by my channel, and this is my very first YouTube video, so I hope you enjoy it. A little bit about myself: I have been spending the last year or so learning the craft and making journals for friends of mine, a very special group of friends, and this is the one that I finally made for myself. So I thought I would start off my YouTube journey by sharing the journal I made for myself. So let's get started. I made it out of some fabric that I found at an estate sale. I have some vintage lace on the front. Let's give you a better shot of this beautiful vintage lace. I inked it up with some distress ink and then added a crochet flower that I also inked on. The pattern on the fabric is leaves, and I just love nature. And then I put some metal elements on it as well so that you can see those. Just stamped journal on the front, and then on the back is also some antique lace. And I also made this beautiful book dangle from just broken jewelry and things like that. Here's a paper bead that I made. Can you see that okay? This paper bead that I made out of wrapping paper. And then you can see the pattern of the fabric better here on the back. So it's purples and blues and cream and beige and just all these beautiful colors of nature, and I thought it would be fun to do that. So I would love to take you inside. So let's have a little flip through here. This is a teal ribbon that I have. It's a wire ribbon, which I think makes it hold its shape really well. And then inside, each signature has the cover made out of wallpaper border. And I decided to do this journal in 3 different sections. One is a bird section because I love to bird watch and just see all the beautiful birds here in the Pacific Northwest. And then I also have a sewing section, and then just a fun section, just sort of eclectic. So I chose this one to be the bird section because of the binoculars here. And this is a bird that I fussy cut and put on the front. So let's see, we have some trumpeter swans here. We see these here in the Pacific Northwest quite a bit in the winter time. So that's one of the things about winter that I really like. Then I made a little notebook with a flamingo stencil on the front in this little tuck spot. Lots of lace in here, lots of sewing. I've already started writing in here. This is a scripture journal for me. And then some more fussy cutting of birds. So these are just, my favorite scriptures that I think are encouraging. A lace doily, some handmade paper, some coffee dye paper, more birds, just some ledger, and then some more coffee dye paper. This is another flamingo that I like, and it also is just a little notebook. So lots of places for me to write in here because that's something that I enjoy doing, is just writing down my thoughts and things that encourage me. And put a little lace pocket here, a little tuck spot with some music sheet that I put a napkin decoupage on. Can you see that okay? Yeah. A little bit more lace up here at the top, and a journal card with some eggs, different kinds of bird's eggs. More of this handmade paper. Some Edith Holden in here as well. Who doesn't love Edith Holden? Now this is interesting. I think it's interesting anyway. So a friend of mine gave me this tiny little Bible that is in German, and it's just falling apart. It's extremely old. Let me grab it real quick. Here we go. See, it's just a tiny little thing, and the date on it is 1819, I think. It's either 1819 or 1810. It's hard for me to see that, but I think it's 1819. And the thing is that It came from her stepdad's, and they were just going to throw it away, but she knew that I like to make journals, so she gave it to me. So I made this little envelope, lined it with music page, put some vintage newspaper on here, and this is newspaper that I've had since I was a kid in the 1960s, and my mom had a dresser that she lined the drawers with, and then I ended up with the dresser and it still had the paper in it. So I've copied some of the paper, but these are just little pieces of it. This is a card frame. Put a little picture of a chickadee back there, and then added this little journal card in the back behind this little frame. This is a picture of my husband and I when we went to Ecuador. Here's another bird that we have in the area, great blue heron. And then another little journal card with a poem on it. And then this is it's not the sewing section, it's just the kind of eclectic section. This is more of that wallpaper border. So there's some napkin decoupage and some fussy cutting of some decals that I just glued on there because it was too hard to figure out how to do it the right way. I think they're for ceramic. Let's see, a little flip out there. I just love the writing in this book. This was an old ledger, or old address book, actually, that this woman had back in the 30s. This is some beautiful vellum paper from Italy. Got at a garage sale. This is a little file folder that I made with some postcards in it, and this is from that lady's address book. And I just really like her handwriting, and the paper looks so pretty. More postcards. This is from Chicago, which is where I was born. This is a ledger that's also quite old. Dictionary page. More of that address book. Another little flip out, just with some fun things on it. Now I have this book that's Maxfield Parrish, one of my favorite artists, and I actually have this painting hanging up in my craft room. And in the book has the words to Over the Rainbow, which is one of my favorite songs, and then all these paintings by Maxfield Parrish, so I thought she belonged in here. And there's another one of them from the book, so I made that the center. Little flip up there with some paper and just some scrap fabric. Some punched paper. A dictionary page. Here's this ledger. I think this is from the 1920s. My husband found that for me. Just a random magazine page on top of some typing. And this is a little three-way tag that opens up and has tags inside. So I just filled it up with little tags. And I was going to put ribbons on all three of them, but then it would be too bulky. So I just left the two of them with no toppers. And I'm totally okay with that. Another little loaded pocket. This was a clothing tag that I turned into a little notebook. And I just really like the way that came out. You see it? It was just a little folded clothing tag, and I just started playing with it with stamps and fussy cutting and an old paper clip that I found. S&H green stamps. Does anybody remember those? Can you see that? Can you see it? There you go. I'm standing up as I do this so I can see what you see in my phone. Here's a fan pockets that I made out of music sheet, and there's a little ticket inside each one with a little sticker on it. Here's that lady's address book. Now, these all these people were people that she wrote thank you notes to, because she had 6 wedding showers and they're all documented in this little address book. And I really liked the thought of that. And I thought of this long and successful marriage that she had that was really strong. So I stenciled some brick on there and then put some lace on there to give it some softness. The tag I made a long time ago, and I just thought it was fun. Life is a daring adventure, out of some wrapping paper and an index card, and this is from a postcard book that I have. Okay, and this is the sewing section, because there's a dress form. And I just have some vintage patterns, some lace doilies. Maybe I'll go back down so you can see better. There you go. Some pockets. Not all the pockets are filled yet because I kind of want to fill them as I go. Little flip out there. More patterns. This is from a junk mail envelope, but this is my mom, and I wanted to do this little tribute to her because she was the one that sparked all of my creativity. She sewed all the time, and we spent a lot of time sitting at the kitchen table making arts and crafts and things like that together, and she passed away back in 2007, and I will miss her always. But I just love this this quote. I was doing some collaging with some book page, and I was just tearing book page, and this is from Little Women, I think. And I just happened to look down and see what it said. It says, "I don't think I have any words in which to tell the meeting of mothers and daughters. Such hours are beautiful to live, but very hard to describe." And that really speaks to the relationship that my mom and I shared. And this is a poem that I wrote for when she died, that just really, I can't read it out loud because it makes me cry, but it was something that I wrote for her because I just loved her so much and I miss her every day. Some more lace here. Little handkerchief flip there. Some vintage magazine and fuzzy cutting. Go back down so you can see it better. More lace. I have a Singer Sewing catalog that I just thought was really fun. And this envelope that I made from pattern instructions, so it's actually a double envelope, so all made from the pattern instructions. A little safety pin there. Little pocket here. This is the other side of that junk mail envelope. This is my wedding dress that I made when my husband and I got married back in 2005. And this is a piece of the pattern paper from that. And then this is a photograph of my husband and I at our wedding. So I put that on the tag. And then this is from that pattern as well. And then since our colors were pink and white, I took a scrap from the fabric from my wedding dress and made a little altered paper clip there and put some pink lace on it. This is a little vellum envelope that I lined with music sheet. Another lace flip with some sari silk at the top. Can you see that okay? Can you see the color? It's really pretty. It's not showing up very well in this light, but it's a beautiful, beautiful teal sari silk. And we've come to the end. And I really, really just love this quote. It says, "You have to do stuff that average people don't understand because those are the only good things." That's an Andy Warhol quote, and I really like it. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little flip through. It's really nice to meet all of you. I hope that you'll come back and see me again. I'll have tutorials and just fun things that we can do together. Some craft with me type thing. So I hope I'll see you again, and I love for you to like and subscribe. So thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye.